All right, lovely citizens, welcome back to our adventure of learning Python. This is the second episode, and hopefully we can actually start writing some Python. So, back in the last video, I was looking in the my extensions in VS Code, and I was looking for a Python one. Ooh, what is Jupyter? I'll figure that out later. Okay, lots of new things. Pylance. So this must be the IntelliSense type thing, I think, for Python. Okay, Python. Here we go. So, open or create a Python file and start coding. Okay, I can do that. Let's say testfile.py. Yeah, that's the right one. So the extension is .py. Select your Python interpreter by clicking on the status bar. Look at that. Oh. So we have Python 3.8, 2.7. Where is it getting Python 3.10? Recommended. Python 3.10. Why do I have 3 versions of Python? Python 3.8, 3.10? Okay. Okay, I have like 2 versions. Weird. Great. I guess we're using Python 10. Okay. So we got that set up. That's our interpreter. So the difference between an interpreter and like a compiler, if I understand correctly, a compiler turns the code directly into machine code, meaning if you're writing C++, it turns it directly into like assembly and like binary. Like the compiled project is basically like ones and zeros. An interpreter, I think, is more of like turning it from one language into another. So I actually don't know what language Python is built on, but I imagine whatever it's built on, it kind of translates or interprets the language from Python into like C++ or something. I'm actually curious, what language is Python written in? And that sounds exciting. C. Interesting. Well, that's great. C is like about as low level as you can get before assembly. Base language of Python. Python is written in C. Actually, the default implementation is called C Python. All right, well, that's cool. I've heard some people say that Python is slow, but if it's based off of C, that wouldn't really make sense to me. I don't know. Oh, actually, we should probably keep that open. Okay, so yeah, we did that. Configure the debugger through the debug activity bar. Okay, so that's this button here. So we click it, and so we click this. We say, I think we say run and debug. Okay, cool. And this is a Python file. Am I doing that right? This run and debug thing is the most confusing thing ever in VS Code. Honestly, it makes it so hard. It is not intuitive, I'll be honest. That is the worst part of VS Code in my opinion. But when you can get it to work, oh, wonderful, wonderful. It works so well. I've just had a hard time doing it for like C++ and that type of thing. Okay, so are we running? Oh, I mean, I guess we don't have anything in our file. But I think that was it. I think that was proper setup. So why would they say Flask? Python Flask. What is Flask? What is Python Flask? Flask is a micro web framework written in Python. It is classified as a micro framework because it does not require particular tools or libraries. It has no database abstraction layer, form validation, or any component where pre-existing third-party libraries provide common functions. Huh. Okay. Well, I don't really want to do web development right now, so just keep it to normal Python. Configure tests by running the configure tests command. I think I'm good for now. Oh yeah, what is this Jupyter Notebook thing? The Python extension and the Jupyter Notebook work together to give you a great notebook experience in VS Code. Open or create a Jupyter Notebook file .ipynb. Oof, that's... what does that even mean? That's not very intuitive. And start coding in our notebook editor. And that looks like... whoa, a graph. That's cool. Well, we'll figure that out later. Hopefully we can just get this working. I don't really know how to like print things, so maybe we should probably learn how to do that. Okay, let's search print. Okay, Python has a print function. Print, I'm Python, nice to meet you. Okay, that's easy enough. Print. Ooh, I like that color. Print. Print. Hello, world. Do we need a semicolon? It looks like not. Let's see, semicolon. Does Python use semicolons? Python does not require semicolons to terminate statements. Ooh, that'll be weird. Semicolons can be used to delimit statements if you wish to put multiple statements on the same line. So I think that basically means if you have multiple like commands on the same line, you can use a semicolon to separate them. But apparently you don't need them if you're just putting everything on a separate line. So that's cool. Let's try that. Print hello world. Run and debug. Oh, it did it. It prints something. I wrote a Python program. Woo. Okay. Problem is, how do I get rid of all that junk text? Also, is there like, there's got to be a command in Python to run stuff. So they're changing directories into Python. Let's try this. Run Python file in terminal. How to run your Python scripts. I think it's supposed to be simple. Python 3. Whoa, no way. Can you write Python directly in the Python terminal? Okay, so one thing I do know about Python is it has this like its own little terminal thing that I've never really used. I don't know how to use it, but I wonder if we can directly write inside of it. Hello world. Oh, super cool. So you can write Python code directly in there. That's neat. Looks like you can use single quotes instead of double quotes. That's great because I'm used to JavaScript, so I like that. You know, maybe ooh. Python 3 hello.py. Okay, cool. I think that's it. So currently I'm in the right directory. So if I say Python 3.test file, permission denied. Why? Okay, what if we close that? And what if I was to, let's see, terminal. Let me try running this as administrator. See if they will let me in. Run as administrator. Okay. Great. So, pwd. Okay, cd into documents, YouTube, and then Python ls. Okay, now let's run Python 3 test file.py. Permission denied. Okay. I must be doing something wrong, so I'll figure that out later, but right now the run and debug here is working well enough. So that is cool. Let's learn more. What else can we do? Okay, so, oh, I don't know how to create a variable. Let's look that up. Oh, not there. Variable. Okay. Yawn, tired. Oof. How do you make a variable? A equals string literals. Ooh, variables and collections. Okay. There are no declarations, only assignments. Whoa, that blows my mind. That means instead of saying it, like, for example, in JavaScript, we'd say like let some var equal 7, whatever. But they're saying, or like in C++, you'd say like int some var equals. Okay, apparently int looks like a keyword though, because it didn't squiggle it. But it looks like you don't even have to do that. You could just say some number equals 7. So what if we were to say print some number? Ooh, would it work? I can't see. It did. Ooh. Oh, also, if you're wondering, I've got this extension right here. What did that come from? It's like that little play button. It's called something. CMake, make tools. Is it this? A native debugger. I think it's this. I mean, this says it can run Python. Can we also debug the Python? Yes. Very cool. Very cool. Epic. So we are writing Python code, you guys. Okay, well, that is probably all for this episode. Thank you guys for joining me. Please hit like and subscribe if you want to see more of these. And I will see you in the next one. We'll figure out some more cool things to do with Python. Until then, adios.